Hello, this is Pastor Micah from Life's Journey United Church of Christ. Greetings from my family to yours, from our church to yours. Before I share this week's midweek reflection, which I'll share in a moment, I want to remind everybody of a few important announcements with the church. First of all, due to the CDC saying that with our lower level of COVID spread, mask usage is not medically indicated. It's permissible and fine and helpful for some people, but not medically indicated, except for people who are at high risk, according to their doctors, and except for those in high risk settings. Because of that, we are moving to mask and social distancing being optional, a personal choice for our events and worship services at the church this Sunday. If the CDC says this has changed and COVID rates are spreading high again, we will obviously ask everyone to mask and socially distance. But I want everyone to remember this. Whether you choose to wear a mask or not, I want to encourage you to be thoughtful and kind about your interactions with those who make different choices than you. My own approach as pastor will be to wear my mask and ask before taking my mask off the people I'm standing near whether they would rather me keep it on or whether they're fine with me taking it off, rather than assuming we each have the same comfort level. We want everyone to feel comfortable and safe. Also, remember we are doing a meditation class as our Lenten study, Sundays at 9:30 a.m. before church, with our last meditation class on Palm Sunday. Also, be watching for our Holy Week services that we are announcing in our weekly updates, um, because Holy Week begins Sunday, April 10th on Palm Sunday, and that is right around the corner. Finally, this Sunday at 3 p.m., many of our fellow churches are joining in downtown Graham to pray for peace in Ukraine. Consider joining, and if you can't join in person, at least devote this Sunday to pray for peace. With that, I want to share a little brief meditation to help give you a boost this week. This Lenten season, this 40 days leading into Easter, I've set a theme for the church of quieting, centering down, and finding peace through practices like meditation, solitude, centering, prayer, through Sabbath, which is taking a break from your to do list, through solitude and through simplicity. We carry so much anxiety, worry, and busyness right now that it can make it hard to connect with ourselves and others. Because of this, we are doing our meditation group Sunday mornings. And each Sunday we do a meditation group. I feel like someone points out in one way or another how much they notice their minds racing forward to what comes next, to worries about the future, or falling back into grief or guilt from the past. It is so hard to be present in this moment. And these practices bring that to light. And is it any wonder? The past 2 years have been full of grief, loss, and worry for some of us. We've been uncertain what was coming around the corner, and we've worried that what was coming around the corner might be bad. It's easy to carry grief, trauma, hurt with us in ways that weigh us down, that keep us from moving forward and enjoying the moments and days ahead of us. Similarly, we can let our worry or fear about what happens become like a dark cloud that sends shadows down, making everything seem dark, keeping us from seeing the brightness possible in our future or in this present moment. One of the gifts of prayer, meditation, and connecting with God in the ways I'm challenging you to this Lent is peace. The Thursday before his death, Jesus told us, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your heart be troubled, and neither let it be afraid." Speaking of this peace Jesus offers, which we invite Jesus to share with us in practices like the practices we are focusing on this Lent. Henry Nouwen shares the following in his book, Here and Now. Joy does not come from positive predictions about the state of the world. It does not depend on the ups and downs of the circumstances of our lives. Joy is based on the spiritual knowledge that while the world in which we live in is shrouded in darkness, God has overcome this world. Jesus says it loudly and clearly when he says, "In the world you will have troubles, but rejoice, I have overcome the world." There is an intimate relationship, he continues, between joy and hope. While optimism makes us live as if someday soon things will get better for us, hope frees us from the need to predict the future and allows us to live in the present with the deep trust that God will never leave us alone, but will fulfill the deepest desires of our heart. Joy in this perspective is the fruit of hope. When I trust deeply that today, this day, God is truly with me and holds me safe in God's embrace, guiding every one of my steps, I can let go of my anxious need to know how tomorrow will look or what will happen next month or next year. I can be fully where I am and pay attention to the many signs of God's love within and all around me. We often speak about the good old days, he writes, but when we think critically about them and let go of our romanticizing memories, we might soon discover that during those very days we were doing a lot of worrying about the future. But when we trust profoundly that today is the day of the Lord, and that tomorrow is safely hidden in God's love, our faces can relax and we can smile back at the one who smiles at us. This is my challenge for y'all this week. May we each find what we need to embrace today, this day, each morning as a gift, to trust our past and our future in God's hands. I look forward to seeing you this Sunday, and whether at our meditation group or our Sunday morning service. And I hope you join us in person, but if you prefer and it is more convenient, know that despite this past Sunday's glitch that made Facebook Live drop off, we're going to do our best to make sure there is a streaming option for you this Sunday as well. Many blessings to you, and God bless. See you Sunday.